The holidays are upon us. Doesn't matter if you celebrate Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, because we are all gamers. So grab a cup of cocoa, throw on some thick socks, bundle up under a warm blanket, and get ready for a holiday helping of absolutely awesome titles that'll leave you full of cheer. I'm Christian, aka the PlatinumChin, and I'll be taking you through the biggest upcoming games for December 2021. We talked about Life is Strange True Colors back in our September upcoming games list, but now Switch owners will finally get their chance to play through the third mainline entry into the Life is Strange series. You'll play as Alex Chen, a young woman who is trying to find answers to her brother's death after a mysterious accident. Using her empathy powers, Alex will have to determine what is troubling the townsfolk around Haven Springs, her hometown that her recently deceased brother recently convinced her to move back to before his passing. Her empathy powers can help her determine how serious the trauma that they went through was, which can lead to serious changes in the world and help to get Alex closer to the truth of what happened to her brother. Already having broken all sales records of the series and receiving almost universal praise, this narrative-driven graphic adventure is sure to delight fans of the series. Life is Strange True Colors promises to be an emotional journey for Alex and the player as they help her on her quest to get answers that she needs. Life is Strange True Colors will be released for Nintendo Switch December 7th, 2021. The breakout game of mid-2020 is finally coming to PlayStation and Xbox platforms. If you've never heard of Among Us, it's very simple. A group of crewmates try to fix up their starship or space station while up to 3 players are imposters that are out to dispose of the other members of the crew that aren't imposters. If you thought Mario Kart or Mario Party was a friendship ender, they've got nothing on Among Us. Be ready to finish your tasks as quickly as possible and don't trust anyone. While Among Us has been available on PC for years, it's more recently made its way to mobile platforms and Nintendo Switch. But if you're a hardcore gamer who only plays on the Sony or Microsoft consoles, you'll finally get your chance to join in on the chaos that is Among Us. Coming with full crossplay on release, you'll also be able to report any of your friends that play on any platform. Among Us is releasing on all current and last-gen Sony and Microsoft consoles on December 15th, 2021. Microsoft took some time to really get their lineup of exclusives going, but it's really seeming like it's going to be worth the wait. The Gunk is a Microsoft exclusive title developed by Image and Form and published by Thunderful Publishing that features 2 scavengers named Rainey and Beck, who are looking to strike it rich by mining resources from an alien planet. Upon landing on this strange new world, they quickly realize that the environment is coated in a black slime known as the Gunk that is poisoning the entire planet. Setting out to save the planet, Rainey and Beck will see their friendship tested while they discover ways to fight back against the Gunk. Featuring several different biomes, from rocky canyons to lush forests, the Gunk is looking to be Xbox's answer to Kenna, Bridge of Spirits, an indie action-adventure game with an intimate story and absolutely stunning visuals. If you're an Xbox or PC player and enjoy single-player games, this is definitely one to keep your eye on. The Gunk will be releasing for all current and last-gen Microsoft consoles, Microsoft Windows on December 16th, 2021. Something of a mini expansion season that's heading to Destiny 2, the Bungie 30th anniversary will be a celebration of the last 7 years of the Destiny franchise and the last 30 years of Bungie making some of the biggest games in gaming history. Players will be able to take their Guardians into some brand new activities, pick up some fantastic new and returning weapons, and get their hands on some exclusive cosmetics that are only available through the 30th anniversary pack and pay homage to some of Bungie's most memorable games over the years. As for the new activities themselves, players can engage in the new 6-player Dares of Eternity, centered around the enigmatic faction known as the Nine, that's been lurking in the background since Destiny 1. Or, if you're seeking new endgame challenges, there will be a new dungeon set in the infamous Loot Cave, a location that players in the earliest days of the original Destiny used to stand for hours to farm engrams. And, of course, we can't mention returning Destiny 1 things without mentioning Galahorn, a tactical nuke of a rocket launcher that dominated bosses in Destiny 1. If you're a Destiny 2 fan, you won't want to miss this one. The Bungie 30th Anniversary Pack is available on PC and all current and last-gen Sony and Microsoft consoles on December 7th, 2021. From the team that brought you Hyper Light Drifter comes Solar Ash, a game that asks the age-old question, what would it be like to be inside a black hole? I ask that myself all the time. Well, developers Heart Machine and producers Annapurna Interactive look to explore that question with Solar Ash, which is coming exclusively to PlayStation consoles. Players will control Rai, a Void Runner who is exploring the mysteries of a black hole in an attempt to save her planet. With gameplay that focuses on fast and fluid traversal over combat, Solar Ash looks to be ready to join other surreal Annapurna published titles like Flower and Journey in the pantheon of fantastic indie must-play titles. On top of that, the simple yet stunning visual design is looking like it will be really something that's a must-play on current-gen consoles, especially where haptic feedback might make it a more immersive experience. Check out Solar Ash only on PlayStation 4 and 5 on December 2nd, 2021. Have you heard of the critically acclaimed... Wait, hey, didn't we use this joke last month? Guys, come on. Who wrote this f***ing shit? You know what? It's fine. It's fine. After a final delay, the long-awaited Endwalker expansion is finally here. Fight against the Garlean Empire as they attempt to conquer your homeland and subjugate your allies. Featuring an epic new story for you to make your way through, you can also take on 2 new jobs. Mastery of the Sage, a healer who uses various magical artifacts to augment their own abilities, or the Reaper, a melee-based assault class that summons avatars from the void to gain power. There will also be some form of new PvP mode introduced in Endwalker, but details on that have remained sparse. And for those who really don't want to compete with others and just want to enjoy the Final Fantasy XIV aesthetic and vibe, Endwalker will also introduce the Island Sanctuary, where you can garden and keep pets. If you're an Animal Crossing fan, now might be the best time to get into Final Fantasy XIV. Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker will release on PlayStation 4 and 5, Microsoft Windows, Mac OS on December 7th, 2021. If you're a fan of the Dynasty Warriors, then ready yourself for the Empire's expansion. We do want to preface that this is a release that will be exclusive to Japan in December and will release worldwide in February. But for those of you with a not really hard at all to make Japanese PSN or Xbox Live account, you can start enjoying the strategy-based Empire's expansion to the latest Dynasty Warriors entry in the franchise very soon. With the ability for players to earn numerous titles, all of which will have a substantial effect on how your story plays out, we could see you getting lost in these battles and storylines for countless hours. And depending on whether you choose to be good or evil, events will branch off in multiple different places during your story playthroughs. Overall, it's a bigger and better Dynasty Warriors expansion, and the first one with the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S in mind when making. The gorgeous visuals will be the first thing you notice if you're lucky enough to have one of the newer line of Sony or Microsoft consoles. Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires will be arriving in Japan for all current and last-gen Sony and Microsoft consoles, Nintendo Switch, and PC on December 23rd, if you're a resident of Japan, and February 2022 for worldwide release. We talked earlier about Microsoft finally delivering on their exclusive, and what better way to end our list than to talk about the franchise that put Xbox on the map. Halo is back, and it's back in a big way. With the surprise launch of the free online competitive multiplayer, Halo Infinite is already one of the most played games on Steam weeks ahead of the game's official release, and we can only see that number getting bigger as the campaign drops earlier this month. So far, almost all of us here at 5-9 Gaming have put some hours into Halo Infinite's multiplayer, and I don't know any one of us who haven't enjoyed ourselves. 343 has crafted a Halo PvP experience that both feels like classic Halo and takes new steps to stay up to date with current trends in online arena shooters. Whether using the boost to disengage from a gunfight or swinging up high to get the drop on an opponent, Halo Infinite's multiplayer has been universally well received, excluding some funkiness with the progression systems that are being worked out. There's a large variety of weapons and artillery that promote different styles of play, and all of them can be extremely rewarding if you learn to master them. And from all the early impressions that we've seen of the campaign, it's looking to be extremely promising, with most outlets reporting that it's the best a Halo campaign has felt since 343 took over the franchise after Bungie. The game is just looking phenomenal too, as enemies in the campaign footage that's been showcased recently have had a much more impressive showing than Craig did last year. After a year-long delay, it's great to see that 343 and Microsoft have gotten Halo Infinite to a place where it's clearly ready to go out to the public. Personally, I'm really hoping that this is a successful launch for Microsoft, because it might show other developers that taking your time and releasing a game when it's ready is more fruitful than releasing it in some arbitrary window to meet earnings call expectations. Halo Infinite releases exclusively to current and last-gen Xbox consoles and PC on December 8th, 2021. Will you be exploring the endless void of a black hole, or will you be too busy victory crouching over the bodies of your fallen foes, who are probably noobs? Let us know down in the comments what games you plan on playing this holiday season. I'll tell you right now, as someone with a subscription to Game Pass, I'll be trying out the Gunk and Halo Infinite on day one. But any way you look at it, as long as you have friends, family, and something good to play, the holidays will be all right. I'm Christian, aka the PlatinumChin, and this has been our list of upcoming games for December 2021. Thank you so much for watching. Happy holidays, everyone.